Let's have a look at our example number 4. This is also our last example. Now this example includes more accounts, and what's required is again to prepare the general journal entries, to record closing transfers of the above entries, and to post the entries in the general journal to the general ledger. Now again, for good practice, we can write down on which side each of these accounts will be listed on the trial balance. So rent income will come on the credit side, telephone is an expense, it will be debited along with water and electricity, salaries and wages, and interest paid. Discount received is an income, so it will come on the credit side. Bad debts and insurance are expenses, so they will be debited in our trial balance. Interest on fixed deposit is an income, so it will be credited, and depreciation is an expense, so it will be recorded on the debit side of the trial balance. Now that we are done with that, let's move on to our solutions. Now first we will close off all income to the profit and loss account. So in our general journal, we will debit our rent income with 19,800. We will also debit our discount received with 1,350, and we will debit our interest on fixed deposit with 2,240. And if we were to add up these three accounts, we will get 23,390, and that's the amount we will credit our profit and loss account with. Our narration will be close off and transfer income to the profit and loss account. Now remember, we are dealing with income, and since we are closing off our income accounts, that means we will post to our credit side, since our income decreases on the credit side. In our general ledger, our rent income has a balance brought down of 19,800, and to close off, we will debit our rent income with the same amount, and the description in the details column will be profit and loss. Also remember to total your rent income account. Then our discount received will have a balance brought down of 1,350, and to close off the account, we will debit our discount received with the same amount, and again the description in the details column will be profit and loss. Also remember to total your discount received account, and our final income account is our interest on fixed deposit account. We will also debit our interest on fixed deposit account with 2,240 to close off our interest on fixed deposit account. Also remember to total your account. Now in our profit and loss account, all of these accounts will reflect on the credit side of our profit and loss account, and this will complete our double entry for these transactions. Let's move on to the next solution. Next, we will have a look at closing off all expenses to the profit and loss account. In our general journal, we will credit our insurance with 7,800, our water and electricity with 4,250, our salaries and wages with 15,300, our bad debts with 3,900, our telephone account with 1,400, interest paid 660, and our depreciation with 19,650. And if we add up all of those amounts, we will get 52,960, which we will debit to our profit and loss account. Our narration will read close off and transfer expenses to the profit and loss account. Now in our general journal, our insurance has a balance brought down of 7,800, and in this solution we are working with our expenses, so we will close off all our expenses on the credit side, and this we will do for each of our expenses. As you can see, all of these expenses, the same amount we will transfer to the credit side. The description, however, will be profit and loss. Let's move on to the following three expenses. The last three expenses are the telephone account, the interest paid account, and the depreciation account. So for all of these accounts, we will close off to the credit side, and the description in the details column will be profit and loss. Then finally, our profit and loss account will look as follows. After we have posted all the entries, we need to find the total. The largest side will be the credit side, so we will use that total, and the balancing figure will be our capital, and we write in capital between brackets net profit. That amount is $79,080. So now if you can remember, the profit and the loss that the business makes will be transferred to the owner, because that profit or loss belongs to the owner. So in the general ledger, our capital account will have a balance brought down of 281,000, and to complete our double entry, we will credit our capital account with $79,080, and this is the amount that we just calculated in our profit and loss account. And also this increases our capital account because profit increases the owner's capital. Let's move on to the next solution. Here we will have a look at closing of the drawings account to the capital account. Now our drawings has a balance brought down of 11,800, and our capital account has a balance of $281,000, and it has a profit of $79,080. This is the amount that we just calculated. Now our drawings increases on the debit side, and since we need to close off our drawings, we will need to post a transaction on the credit side. But before we do that, let's get the total. There we are. Now that we closed off our drawings account, we can transfer that amount to the capital account. The details in the description column will be drawings, and the amount will be 11,800. This also completes our double entry for this transaction. Now for our capital account, we need to find our total. The larger side is the credit side, so we just transfer that total to the debit side, and our balancing figure will be our balance carried down, which will be our balance brought down for the beginning of the next financial year.